is Sue here, your esoteric empress, and it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been live, that is. And so just want to say, thanks for watching once again. Thanks for joining the live. And I am just going to wait around for a little bit until more of you are in the room, up in the building here. This is one of those topics that I have not done for such a long time, relationship topics. But you know, you have to have these epiphanies sometimes to actually be able to come up with good quality content. You're going to have to, have a good reason for doing a video. And so today I thought I would do this because a lot of us, these are words we all need to hear. These are words of encouragement. These are things that, especially females, we ought to know. And so at any point, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. Just gonna wait around. It's such a hot day. I'm hot and cool the same time. That makes any sense. But for quality in relationships, it takes so many different things, so many different aspects that make up a decent relationship. And so maybe I should just go on ahead and just start talking about what I have on my mind, that is, because I have some stuff written down as I always do. But this one we're just going to wing it a little bit because some things I have thought about, I have not written down, which is so unlike me, but been a little lazy. Say it bees like that sometimes. So, anyways, you guys, without further ado, I'm just going to start because you all are going to jump in at any point, and, welcome when you do. You guys, the first thing on my list, I would think, to maintaining or establishing a quality relationship or staying high value in a relationship. A lot of people say this. I've seen so many other videos where people talk about this stuff, and it's like giving up yourself, giving up a part of yourself, giving up who you are, at your core. It's something that a lot of us do when we enter relationships. It's like we kind of try to embody the other person. Like, you have to be yourself. You have to be true to yourself. Who are your friends? Who are your family? What did you do before you met this? You're doing those things because that is the person that this other partner has fell in love with, right? So the first one on the list, like a many list, okay, is to not drop your routines, not give up your personal freedom, your personal, schedule, your personal life. If you have, you know, uh, what do you call it? If you have, let's say, a special night, you go out with friends, Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, whatever it is, right? If you have those, keep your routine. This is something that is going to help you to be a happier person, help you to be more comfortable, help you to get that fresh air that you need to get out in the world and see other people, other couples, hang out with your friends. This is your you time. You need that. Everybody needs that. And so when a man sees you actually so easily willing to drop your routine, to drop at the snap of a finger, you're like, okay, yeah, like, I'll call her. We don't have to do that anymore. We could just do it next week. Yeah, what do you want to do? I'm going with you. It may be cute once or twice. But I'm sure we all have fallen victim to this before. But don't make that a habit. Do not make that the norm. Continue with your routine. You guys, if you hear anything, that's, the neighbors. And my daughter's down there. So, the second tip is, this is so important. This is so important. Setting standards for yourself. What are you willing to tolerate? What are you tolerating versus what are you not willing to accept in a relationship? Where are the red flags for you? What says ding, 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 that, okay, that, like, no, that is going to be a problem. At what point do you draw the line? So having set standards may not have been something that you were, I guess, doing all along. Every relationship, you have your base standards, then you have standards that have to be met in a particular relationship. So you have core standards that are unchanging. Then you have some where, as a person, everybody's different. So every relationship is going to be different. So you're going to have to set standards for that relationship according to this person, their attitude, their mentality, their personality. You're going to have to set new standards according to that as well. But standards are not always set in stone. They're not always like, you're not flinching for anybody. You just, this is it. If you don't do these things that are on my list of standards, that's it. It's over. No, not always. So that's definitely important though, because how you allow somebody to treat you, they're going to continue to treat you. And they're going to treat you worse. If you allow the least of things, it's going to become the most of things, the biggest of things. And so you have to have at some point, you have to know where your standards are. What are you going to accept? What level of respect do you require? And that's something very important for every relationship, respect. And that should be definitely one of the first things on your list of standards. You have to have respect. However, you're going to have to respect yourself first. That's important because people only treat you how they see you treating yourself. So it's something that it is a little bit of a thin line that can be in between there in terms of what you are willing to compromise on versus what you will not allow. Period. So, the third thing on the list of remaining high value in a relationship, this one is really big. All of these things are equally as important. Let me just say that because everyone, I can't say, oh, this is so important, this is so. All of them are important. And if you have any ones that you would like to add, I urge you to go to the comment section below and give your response, give your feedback. I love that. You guys, this is how we engage. This is what this is all about. So, for me, the third one is taking care of yourself. And this is not just when I say taking care of yourself, of course it's eating good, of course it's exercising, of course, taking vitamins, all of these things, getting your sunlight, all of that. Yes. But the more superficial aspect of it is looking good, smelling good, you know? When you go out, putting your best foot forward wherever you go. This definitely tells people your standards a lot of times, not always, but it tells people the kind of person you are, the quality person you are, how much you care for yourself, how much do you invest in yourself, how much some people now, we know some people are just looks, some people wear designer everything, they will never get caught dead outside their house without makeup, without lip gloss, without the full gamut on. However, inside, it's filthy. Or it's black. Inside, that is, inside. Or it's just, they're lost. They don't know who they really are. Beside this face that's all made up, they don't know their true selves. But once you do know your true self, the image that is on the outside now should definitely reflect that inner you. So going out, putting that best you out there is so important in a relationship because it shows that you're high value. It shows that you care about yourself. You care how people see you. It shows that you have that level of discipline to get up earlier than other people to say, I'm going to do this. Or it shows that you have that, you know, you're able to be shining. You're able to go to the hairdresser. You're able to do these things. And it's something of importance to you. It's something of value to you. Because if you cannot take care of yourself, how can you take care of your partner? How can you take care of anything else? So if you go out looking all frumpy and stuff like that, that man, they're going to say, oh, why is he looking at this other female? Why is he doing that? Like, and I'm right here. But yeah, B, you here with a, I guess, uh, what you call it, Taco Bell t-shirt on and sweatpants. Like you're a hot mess. Your hair hasn't been combed for the morning. You just rolled out of bed like, okay, like, hey, here I am. Take me as I am. Do you expect really and truly for that guy to be attracted, like physically to you? There is a physical part to this now. People are aroused first physically with their eyes, what they see on the outside. Then they get to know what's going on the inside. But if he already knows you, he already knows you have kids, you have whatever, he knows all this about you. But he still got to look at you. He still got to wake up beside you. He still have to come home after work to you. You guys got to go to the store together. You got to go on dates. How are you representing him? Do you understand where I'm going? Like this is serious, you are. And a lot of women, I know everybody is a makeup guru right now, a makeup artist. Like everybody is like, everything's always on fleek, but there still are people who don't really do these things. And when I say looks, that's looking and smelling amazing. That includes things right down to shaving. Like I don't know if you guys know that oh my gosh, she's a sweet soul on TikTok. I don't remember her name. If you do remember it, please put it in the comments below because I can't remember. But anyway, she's a sweetie pie. She's a sweetheart. She's awesome, but she doesn't shave. And like, I don't know about you, but where I live, it's hot. I don't need that in my life, okay? I need to be smooth. I need to be hairless in certain areas, okay? Hair traps heat, moisture, odor, bacteria, and it just doesn't look good, okay? It looks like all of these things help your skin to glow, help you to sparkle, okay? This is what you want to do. Because I don't know if you've noticed when I go out and I don't put on a lot of anything, I just, throw something on because I'm like, I'm going right there, I'm not going too far. People treat you with minimal respect. People treat you just the way they see you, like a brown paper bag. Like, no, not a brown paper bag, okay? When I say brown paper bag, please don't be offended. There are some people who may take that the wrong way. Anyways, you want to be treated, you want to look the part the way you want to be treated, is what I'm trying to say. Same as when you go on a job interview, when you go, just even anywhere professional, you put on your best shoes, you put on, you want to look decent. And the same within the relationship. This is a person that is seeing you more than everybody else now at this point. So you have to always bring it. You have to always come correct. You have to always make him think, wow, like stun him. Okay? Like, wow, I've never seen her in that before. Oh, wow, that looks so good on you. Oh, wow, like, where did you get that? Oh my God, like, wow. Just wow every time, right? Now, some things, you can have, let's say some people say, oh, I don't have clothes. I don't have a lot of, I need a new wardrobe. I don't have a lot of this. I don't have a lot. Be creative. This is what here for, okay? It's for our use. Hello. Thank you. We need to use things to our advantage. So if you actually say, something simple as this shirt, you can wear this so many different ways. You can wear this with jeans. You can wear this underneath something else that has a strap. You can wear this in so many different ways. You can tie it like at the waist. There's so many ways you can do this. And the guy is usually not worrying about this shirt, like, oh, I've seen that before. Men don't really care like that. They care about how good you look in it. So that's what you focus on. And of course, you're not doing this just for them now. You're doing this for yourself because you're going to act better. When you feel like you look better, you're going to act better. You're going to behave better. You're going to smile more. You're going to feel what brings me to number 4, the fourth tip in having a quality relationship and being high value or staying high value: confidence. That is a big word right there, babes. Confidence. And this doesn't mean go around being cocky and arrogant or like snooty and like, oh my God, I'm like, oh, I'm so cute. No, this means just being sure of yourself, not needing approval or validation from anybody else. Okay? When you go out, you can put your best foot forward. You're well spoken, you're poised, you move with grace and charm, you are happy, you are glowing, you are smiling. This is something that I should actually have on this list, but I don't. Um, the simple art of smiling. Men love this. Men cherish and value a woman who can make him smile, or who smiles in his presence. It means that he's actually making her happy, he's making her feel good. A man wants you to feel happy. So this is just, I guess I'm gonna throw that in there as a bonus. Smile more, and not like a fake smile. Smile from the heart. Smile with your eyes. Tyra. Smile with your eyes though, seriously. Don't overdo it. Let me just throw that in there too. Don't overdo it. But, be pleasant. Be fun to be around. Be a joy. Next on the list, having passions of your own. This is another one that is like, should be right at the top. But a guy wants to know he's with someone. Like, he wants to know you're not going to be home crying because he's out at work for 12 hours. He wants to know that you've actually got a life, that you've got stuff to do, that you're creative, that you use your time wisely, that you actually are busy, that you are out there changing lives, changing the world, doing stuff, that you're passionate about, whether it's art, fitness, community cleanups, I don't know, cooking, whatever. Be passionate about something. Have things, and don't just be imagining the passions. Don't be like, oh, when I was 17, I was so passionate about this, Shakespeare or whatever. Yo, that's like 20 some odd years ago. Get with the program now. Your passions must be active. Do stuff that actually bring value to the relationship, that bring value to your life, that bring value to others, okay? That bring value to the world. Having passions, things that you're passionate about, when you do this, it makes you feel more fulfilled, and therefore your cup is like it's overflowing. And that is what's going to bring the smiling, that's what's going to bring the confidence, that's going to bring all of these other things like your standards, your routines, all of these things come from this. So start to nurture your passions. Start to, let your talents out. Start to figure out what you're good at and do more of it. Do more of it. And you'll find the compatibility level between you and your partner, sometimes it increases because of this. Because that urges them, it inspires them to go out and find passions of their own. I mean, true noble passions now. I'm not talking about the passion for being a gallus, okay? Passion for, being frenzy and hanging out with their guys all the time. That's nothing noble. That's nothing, beneficial to life. So find your passions. Next up, have a personality. And this is where you need this to actually know what you're passionate about. You need to know who you are. Get in touch with yourself, with your inner self. Do the shadow work. Don't just focus on being more positive, like, oh, I'm going to just swallow everything and just smile and be such a lovely angel on earth. No, we have our dark sides, okay? Like, somebody who was very near and dear to me believes that this dark side makes us evil. It can, very much so, it can. But we all have this dark side. That's the thing. And how you control it is what matters most. So work on the shadow self. The shadow self is that side of you that deals with all of these issues that bring up negative emotions out of you, things that you may have never faced since you were a child. You have to face them at some point, or you're going to ruin relationships over and over and over because of these same actions, these same emotions that keep coming up for you that you have like no control over. You do, but you have to face it. I don't know if it's just because I'm a Scorpio. I'm saying that because things are usually the toughest things are the things that I actually want to face. So have a personality, Don't be afraid to speak up when it's time to. Speak your mind. Give your opinions. Like, if he says, okay, where are we going tonight? What do we want to eat? I was thinking about this. If you don't like that, tell him, sis. Like, don't be scared scared. Don't be scared because he wants to know how you feel. He wants to know what are your likes, what are your dislikes. He wants to know you have a voice. He wants to know that he's not actually, you know, controlling you or whatever, being demanding. He wants to know how you feel about things, your input. Because it is two people in a relationship. It's not just one. It's not like you're like, even if you're married, like they say two become one, you're still individuals. He wants to know who this individual is he's actually choosing to spend his life with, spend his time with. So share jokes, have a sense of humor, like, love animals, whatever it is, that is you. If that's what your heart calls you to do more of it. As long as it's not hurting anybody, as long as, you're feeling good about it, continue doing it, my dear. Next up, how to stay high value in a relationship. Everything is not worthy of a reaction, like I just did the previous video. However, there are some points of a relationship where you need to call out bullshit for what it is. But how you do it is what's really critical, okay? We have the angry black woman syndrome, where like everybody knows about. All kinds of racists have heard about this woman, this bitter black bee who is like hot as a hornet all the time because of simple issues. Like, oh, you didn't call me last night? Well, I have no time. Like, blah, 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 blah. And all the guy hears is blah, 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 blah. Pull it back. That's not what I mean. When I say call them out on BS, I'm talking about things that truly mean something to you, things that have bothered you to your core, something that actually affects the relationship in a negative fashion. You say, you know something, you find the right timing to do this as well, the appropriate time. And you say, the other day or last night or today or whatever it happened, I don't feel like you heard me when I said I didn't want this to happen, or I felt like that was some sort of disrespect the way you just didn't do this after we already talked about this, or like find the best way possible to actually go about it. However, let it be known that you've been paying attention, that this is not something you're glossing over. You can gloss over some things that are, not so extremely important, but at the same time, the more you gloss over things, it never gets resolved. So learn how to actually speak up when it's time, but not for everything. That doesn't mean complain about everything. But some things, are a problem because guys do it all the time. Guys are like, oh, well, when we were out that day, I saw you talk to that dude and you gave him a hug. And I'm like, that pissed me off, man. Like, okay, yes, he has a valid point. Like, even though that was your good friend in school or something, he didn't know that. All he sees is this big grown man giving his woman a hug. So the same thing for you. Instead of you jumping in the car and slamming the door and speeding off in the middle of the street, like leaving him there embarrassed, wait until you get home. Wait until you go out in the privacy where you two can speak privately and you say, you know something, if that were the other way around, I didn't really like that. That made me feel very uncomfortable. I felt disrespected because I don't know this woman and, she doesn't even know who I am. And there you are hugging her. You see what I'm saying? So he would actually say, okay, wow, I didn't realize that you felt like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Most guys, anyway. So the same goes for him. You know, you may think it was innocent. He may have scars. And then that's a big problem. But you have to be able to communicate. You have to express these things. So there are times when you need to call out BS. Now, next up, getting to the end. Getting to the end. Stay around till the end, okay? Because these things are lifelong tips. Having a sense of independence, y'all. Independence. Just the same thing as having passions, having, confidence. Independence is very important. This guy doesn't need a 30-something-year-old child. This guy needs a grown woman, all right? He doesn't need somebody who needs him for everything. He doesn't need somebody who's going to call his phone 10, 15, 20,000 times a day. He needs to focus on his work. He needs to focus on his passions, his family, his friends, himself. For goodness sake, for him to be the best person, his best self, you have to give him that space. You have to give him that freedom. So you need your own freedom. You need to be independent. You need to be able to take care of your business. You understand? Like things simple as having your own money. I was always taught growing up, no matter how much you love someone or you trust them or how long you've been in a relationship, whatever, it always helps to have your own money. And life has proven this to me so many times, just simple as myself, through friends, through other family members. When I hear these accounts of what happened, and they're like, wow, thank God I had my own money on me, because if I didn't, I would have been stuck like 30 miles out of town, like can't get home because we had an argument. And I would have been stuck. But thankfully, I was able to catch a taxi home. I was home before them. And when they realized I'm home, they were shocked. They were surprised. Like, how did you get home? Wow. Like, so I'm not a grown woman? So I don't have money? So I don't have a purse with money in it? No, babes, I'm good. So when you see this, that makes you able to have develop your own judgment. Like you can say, okay, that behavior is something that I'm not willing to accept or tolerate. I'm getting WhatsApp messages like constantly right now. I'm just hoping the video doesn't stop, the live doesn't stop. So yeah, that's so important. I know so many people who've told me these things like that have happened to them, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is exactly, my Grammy was right. I'm like, wow, she was definitely right. And of course, it gives you your own freedom to be yourself. You're not in fear, like, oh my God, this guy's not going to buy me something to eat if I don't actually answer him the way he wants me to. Or like, oh my God, this guy's not going to take me home if I don't like kiss him back or something. You have that freedom to make your own choices. So being independent is so important, because suppose something was to happen to him. Suppose, yeah, he might be a generous person. Yeah, he may be helping you out whenever you need it. Yes, you can call on him. He's reliable, all of that good stuff. But suppose he loses his job. Suppose, something detrimental happens. Suppose he gets something, happens to his money or whatever, and he doesn't have it. Just suppose. What are you going to do? Starve? What are you going to do? Die? What are you going to do? Not go to work because you don't have a ride? What are you going to do? So you're going to have to be able to figure these things out. And a guy, let me just tell you all, loves to see that. It doesn't mean he wants a completely independent woman who thinks she doesn't need a man for nothing. Like, oh God, like I got me. Like, I don't need no man. Like, guys are repulsed by that. Because guys want to be able to help, most guys anyway, like I said, decent guys, they want to be able to help. They want to be able to put a smile on your face. Nothing makes them happier than seeing you happy. Remember this. So at the end of the day, when you are able to do these things for yourself, at a healthy balance, of course, you're going to be happier. You're going to feel better about yourself, and then whatever he has just complements what you already have for yourself going on. Last but not least, this is on another YouTube channel that I was watching. This guy that I watch, you guys might know him. First name T, last name G. Does relationship videos and stuff like that. He was talking about mirroring this guy's actions. So if a guy, let's say he's hot and heavy, comes on strong in the beginning, then he just starts to fade away, starts to go distant, starts to, maybe ghost you, maybe whatever. You need to know when to pull back. You need to know when to say, okay, you know something? I I'm not a hunter. I am not a predator. I don't chase. Okay? Like, I need to respect and value myself enough. And this is the essence of remaining high value in a relationship. How much do you value yourself? What are you willing to compromise? What are you willing to tolerate? So, if however this guy is treating you, you treat him right back. Like the song, Whatever you would do me, I do you back. It's a Jamaican song. It is just, that's just human nature. And sometimes we don't even know when we're doing it. We don't really do it on purpose. So if this guy is treating you with respect, if this guy is loving you, love your kids, or if you have kids or whatever, he's actually, mature and handling things in a mature fashion, you should be the one trying to reciprocate that energy. You should be actually doing the same things for him, asking him how is he, how are things going, in his life. Different things, like you want reciprocal energy. It should not be unbalanced. The scales need to be balanced. So he's going to sense that you actually care, that he's actually found somebody who's on an equal level, mentally speaking, emotionally speaking, because everybody's EQ, IQ, all that can be very different, but you can actually match up on certain different levels. You can match up. So it's important for you to pay attention to these things. Quality relationships, like I said, it's not easy. It's not like just a piece of cake. It's something that takes effort. It's like a job, basically. Only thing, it's a job that is more fulfilling on an emotional level, heart to heart, aspect. But you have to also keep your head in it. You have to remember logic sometimes over emotions. But these things, I'm telling you, if you actually start to implement or continue to implement, you will see your relationships improve moving forward. You will actually be giving other people advice how to do these things. It's very important. And the older you get, the better you learn, the better you get at these things as well. So, guys, I think I'm going to end it here because I don't want to be doing, I don't know if you guys know about this other person that does lives for like 4, 5, 6 hours and stuff. I don't have all that in me right now, so I'm going to just leave it here. And I hope that this has resonated with you, hope that it sticks, and that you leave your positive feedback in the comment section below so that other people could share in this message, so that you can tell me what ways that you actually remain high value in your relationships. These can be long term, maybe short relationships, but it's very important. Even if you, no matter how short a relationship is, it's very important. And you will know, when you look in hindsight, you will know which of your relationships were more high value. So hope this has helped you guys. Thanks for watching, and hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave your feedback below. And I will be checking. Okay? I'll get back to you with another great video in short order. But until then, I'm going to say peace out. Blessed be. Namaste. Until then, bye bye.